Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching this honestly my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode 138, The Shadow Winged Dragon. And this episode is one of my favorites, overall, because you get to see Jack back in action again, this whole episode is basically revolved around Synchro, you know, and takes me back because I really love the Synchro arc, even though it's a bit longer than most, some of my favorite duels are in the Synchro arc. Anyway, let's get started. It starts off, narrating, Gongenzaka, narrating to what happened. Kaito and Shun did their best, but Zarc destroyed them, overall. Now it's up to him and Jack to, have to step up and, to finish what they started. Alright, which is a good thing, Now, this is going to be a battle of synchro duelists. They're going to do their best to try to jog Yuya's memory. They want to find out if there's Yuya still inside of Zarc, I really like this episode, overall, we'll get to see. We also get to see a corrupted version of Clearwing, which is Supreme King Servant Clap and Clearwing, it's like this is for my friend Dylan, who said this in his video. Supreme King Servant Dragon having Dark Rebellion was like Dark Rebellion on crack. This guy's even worse. This guy's the same. Hey, this guy is the same. This is for Dylan. A shout out to my friend Dylan. Then on Clueless Gamers, aka Yugioh. Everything go to his channel after this. And it is definitely the same. Now, not only does monster have the ability to negate a battle, but also destroy the monster and do damage and equal to that monster's attack point. And Jack, and Gongenzaka, they had each other's backs in this duel. Jack using all his power to push forward, while Gongenzaka also backed him up. And Zarc did the same thing as he do against Kaiden Shun. He used his Dark Voom monsters as materials to synchro summon. And on Jack's very first turn, as soon as he summons Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, now he just sacrificed him. He did it without even using a tuner monster, which is pretty impressive, he's so OP right now. It's gonna be hard to beat him, overpowered, very difficult, we ever get to see him hack his way some new cards, Great Brutal Red, seeing how Zarc and Jack went back and forth. The moment Zarc summoned his monster, he tried to destroy Scarlet Archfiend, but Jack he became prepared. He made sure to not only increase his monster's attack points, but also make sure it doesn't get destroyed this whole turn. Which was a back and forth battle. Overall, I really liked it. We also get to see the Gongenzaka. He synchro summons. He summons out Super Heavy Samurai Swordsmith, as well as several other monsters as well. His whole thing is basically to become a shield for Jack, basically. He knows he can't take Zarc head on, but Jack has the power, so he becomes Jack's shield, backing it up where Jack's monster is about to be destroyed or whatever. He takes the hit, which is a big deal. He also reminds Zarc about Yuya about entertainment, about his steadfast learning, how they both were trying to be entertainment duelists, overall. But he reacts to the word entertainment. Does that mean that Yuya is still in there? And is he still in here? But when he responded to the word entertainment, he said, "Entertainment, very well then, and I'll tell you my entertainment, but it will be very brutal, it's gonna be rough, Hey, if you guys watch the footage about Zarc's origins, then you know what he means, right? Zarc, he does, he attacks, he uses Servant Dragon Clearwing. He equips it with a quick card, Supreme King Violent Spirit, it boosts his monster's effect. Not only does his monster destroy one monster, it destroys all monsters on the field now, which is pretty OP, he's going to just wipe out the entire field, but Gongenzaka, he stops him, but he takes a pretty mean hit, knowing Gongenzaka, it's obvious Gongenzaka, he's willing to put his body on the line and to make sure that they win this, because he wants, because his whole goal is not just to defeat Zarc. He wants to get his best friend back, which is Yuya. That's one of the things I liked about this episode. We also see that Jack, he's also determined. He wants to awaken the spirit that's still inside him to see if the way he did, and reminding what he did, like the way that he gave him that awesome duel back in the city when he united everybody, and also how he got through to Battle Beast. He's in that underground facility, in the survival duel, and that's one of the things I like. That's one of the things I wanted to see in this. It was it's a very big deal when you think about it. I want to see this. We ever get to see that Jack, he uses a card called Vision Synchron where he sends materials from his hand to use the synchro summon, and he summons out how Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, Right. Now he has not only does he have a Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend, he also has Tyrant Dragon on the field now. Now he has his two strongest ace monsters on the field. It's gonna be hard for him to defeat Zarc. However, Zarc, he's not a fool. He tries his best. And he goes in for the attack, but Zarc, negates the battle, tries to destroy his monster. But Gongenzaka, stops it. And he still has to break through. Even though he lost, the first attack, and he still, in this, even though Gongenzaka, he lost the battle, he destroyed himself. He sacrificed himself to give Jack a shot. They still managed to do it. They've still managed to destroy Clearwing. However, they didn't beat Zarc. Remember, with Zarc's pendulum cards, the Supreme Dragon King Gate Infinity and Supreme Gate 0. Not only does he take no damage, but his life points increase. Now his life points is from 6,000 to 7,000, which is a big deal, overall. It's gonna be hard for them to do this now, even though sacrifice himself. One of the things I gotta know is that throughout this whole duel, we get to see shots of Sawatori holding Crow's card. Thinking about all the time. Remembering how Crow saved him before. This is because Sawatori can't do it because his duel disc is messed up. We get to see point of view of the others. Like for example, we get to see Shuzo. And the three kids back in standard. Frank, Amanda Turner, the three orphan kids, and Tokamasa Chojiro. How a wormhole opens right where they're watching the duel. It's kind of like how Alan and Sayaka got transported into their plane. It's a big deal when you think about it. We get to see this. This has so many shout outs to Crow. And Sawatori. Like we know that they're gonna be up next. This was spoiled a while back, it's definitely a big deal, but just as Gongenzaka falls to the floor and Sawatori catches it and he gives him the pendulum stone necklace, how Crow's card flies out of his hand, he's trapped, and Crow appears, we don't know how it does it, but apparently it's because of the split dimensions, the dimension between space, apparently the space is just so uniquely, unstable that it's the ability to affect all things, including people who've been carded and returned them to normal. That's what Edo said, even though, is that true? That we have no idea. Jack, he put everything he had into this fight, he used his strongest monster. He managed to destroy Supreme King Dervinclown and Clearwing. However, he didn't reduce his life points to 0. He didn't beat Zarc, he just made him stronger. Unfortunately, his life and Zarc took him out without even batting an eye. He knocked him off his dual runner, which is something we never got to see. Haven't seen, in Arc 5 before. We saw that before, back in 5D, as you guys remember. Jack falling off his dual runner, that's a big call, saying that his last words were, Oh, it's up to you now. Well, Crow and Solitary are gonna be the ones to try to be the ones who tried to get through the Zarc. But they managed to find some way to get through. I mean, he reacted to the word entertainment, and not, so that means that it's a part of Yuya that's still in there. However, Zarc was an entertainment duelist in his old life, which means that this is not a guarantee. That means it is going to be harder. Solitary having the pendulum stone around his neck, trying to act cool, even though he's one of the most minor characters in the show. It's up to him and Crow now to try to get through to Yuya. Can't wait to see how they're going to handle this. I'm sorry if I stuttered or everything. Though this has just been a little difficult, sore throat. Seeing this is a very big deal for me. I can't wait to see what happens next. This was a back and forth duel. I really liked how they used the themes from Synchro. I really like how they did that. That was one of the best moments for me when they used the themes for Synchro for the background themes. The dual run or being on the dual runner for Jack. I'll get to see shots of Solitary with a crow card. One of the things that was a big mystery is apparently Alcabalillo is going to try to split the world again like he did before with the 4 ritual cards. Even though the worlds are combined together, he still has a revived way, which means he's out of options, which means he's going to abandon his plans. And Renji knows about the 4 ritual cards that were used in the original process. That means he's going to go after Leo and find out what the hell is going on. And that's how the episode ends. Razor has the ability to communicate her way. That means that she's still out there somewhere, which means we still have a lot they don't know about. There's also the fact that the next duel is going to be a Solitary and Crow versus Zarc, but it looks like we're going to get a corrupt version of Odd Eyes, which is Yuya's monster. Maybe with Odd Eyes on the field, they'll try to make even more stronger connection than they had before. Who knows? I can't wait to see. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you. If you want, go to my friend Dylan's channels, Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything and Clueless Gamers. Here's for more news. He'll tell you everything you need to know. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed it. Want to subscribe. Thank you. This is all I was giving my list review on Yu-Gi-Oh! R5. So 138. I'm out. Peace. Bye.